Hi Sagittarius, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the heart. So this is your August 2017 month ahead reading. Now I'm doing it in the style of the Gypsy Tarot spread this month. I just fancied a bit of a change, to be perfectly honest with you. You should also have your 3 to 9 months Is Love Coming In reading. Check that out, it's really good. I talk about my own experience of doing a tarot reading on myself last October and what came in for me in June. So I decided to sort of share the reading with everyone and do your own general reading for that as well. So check that out. That should show at the end of the reading. You can click on that. Yeah, and I'm using the Witch's Tarot this month for you guys instead of the Rider. I just fancied a bit of a change. So let's shuffle the cards and see what's coming in for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon and Rising signs. Universe, Spirit, what's coming in for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon and Rising signs. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon and Rising signs. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon and Rising signs for the month of August 2017 in a 21 card Gypsy Tarot spread. Show me Sagittarius. What's coming in for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon and Rising signs. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon and Rising signs. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon and Rising signs for the month of August 2017 in a 21 card Gypsy Tarot spread. Show me. So this month I'm recording via Movie Maker because it's just quicker. I'm really busy, and when I do the readings normally I record via my Varvi or my camera, and then what I usually tend to do is convert the video, but it takes an awful long time. The files are bigger, and you know, if I've got time I'll do that, but sometimes when I'm up against it I need to just do Movie Maker, and it goes up like within 20 minutes or so. So the clearness of the video might not be as clear as when I do it on video or when I do it on my Varvi or video reading, but you'll still see the cards and get the message through. Okay, so we're going to lay the first lot of 7 down, and for you guys who have been with me a long time you'll know about this because you'll have seen these cards, these Gypsy readings on the channel. 5, 6 and 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7. 1, 2, 3. I'll try and put them as near as I can to the camera so you get to see what's going on. 5, 6 and 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Okay, right, so all the cards are laid, and we're going to have a look at the mental and emotional, which is this area here. What's the situation going on? So this top level, as you know, is the situation, or it's the crowning thought area. This is what's manifesting as a result of that, and this is the reason why. So what's the situation? Well, your focus might be for the month around the mental and emotional. It might be something about a new opportunity. The Ace of Pentacles can be money, obviously, as well, money that we receive, or if we, you know, if we pay it out. Whether it doesn't matter if it's in the upright, you can still be paying out money with the Ace of Pentacles, especially if you get maybe, you know, it depends really. Sometimes if it's money you don't want to pay out, it might be a negative card like the Ten of Swords or something behind it, but this can be giving, receiving with the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles also suggests the start of doing something that could bring long-term gain. Okay, so if things like buying a home, for example, you might be starting the process with buying a home, for example, with the Ace of Pentacles, or you might be looking to invest in a business, for example, with the Ace of Pentacles energy. Because they're pentacles, they can refer to things like property, not just material or resources, but also property matters. So that might be the focus. In terms of love, the Ace of Pentacles is starting to develop something more solid. It's more solid than a cup card, because the Ace of Cups represents love and starting to fall in love and starting to have emotions or feelings for a particular person. But that's not a strong enough card within the tarot as far as I'm concerned concerning love. The Ace of Pentacles really is where it's at, because you're looking at developing something long term. So you're looking at, it's not just about what you feel, but it's also about kind of building on that, because it is you know, it's naturally a card about building something, but it's when you're at the start of building something. It's very small. It's a small concept, because all aces represent the small concepts or ideas. But this might be some of you guys are looking at something long term with the Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles can also be a new realization that an individual has around a situation. But what's your mental and emotional around that? Well, the Two of Pentacles is mental and emotional. Now, the Two of Pentacles for me is something about taking a gamble, because this Two of Pentacles represents, you know, taking the good with the bad. I'm looking to take a gamble. Yes, no, yes, no. So some of you guys, it might be, and this isn't a card about the mind, okay, the Two of Pentacles. This is where, it is in a way, because what you're doing is you're taking the experience of this and you're weighing things up. And this is in the mental and emotional. So this is how you're mentally and emotionally thinking. The mentally thinking, I think, with the Two of Pentacles, we could probably attribute words like, I need to kind of get something in order here, or I'm weighing up whether it's, you know, whether to do it like this or do it like this, or I might be thinking about taking a gamble. Emotionally, because it's like a seesaw thing, you might be emotionally a little bit up and down in terms of the emotional response to whatever this Ace of Pentacles is about. But what's the reason for that? Well, it's good because it's aspected by the Star card. So I think that mentally and emotionally you're looking, even though emotionally you might be a little bit up and down about a situation, Sagittarius, I think that mentally you'll be very focused on taking a gamble, because it might be that this is something that could go somewhere, and it's something that you feel could be quite positive with the Star energy. Let's have a look at what's going on around the present situation. So this area here is the focus for the month. The situation is, and we're getting a lot of Pentacle cards here. So the Seven of Pentacles shows up when you are looking, and you can see all 7 Pentacles are on the bush. So this person now is saying, well, what else is there? What more is there to do? Because what they've done is they have garnered rewards for all the effort. So for some of you guys, it might be that you've put a lot of effort, a lot of focus into a situation. It's starting to show rewards. It's starting to show some form of achievement, which is what the Seven of Pentacles is. Seven of Pentacles with a situation can also be where we need to evaluate if there's something that we can continue to invest in, or maybe is there something that we need to let go of and start again. Seven of Pentacles can also be where you're actually looking to invest in a situation here, because this is the card of investing time and energy and money into something. Some of you guys, again, we've got money cards showing up, so this might be something to do with your resources as well. Seven of Pentacles often shows money in the bank, what you've saved up, but often you get with the Seven of Pentacles, do I need any more? Do I need to save anything else? So let's have a look at what the present situation is manifesting as a result of that. Well, you've got the Death card, so the focus for the month will be on some form of a change as a result of this Seven of Pentacles. So it might be for some of you guys, you've got some form of resources saved, because for me the Seven of Pentacles can also mean savings, in which the focus will be on as a result of that, possibly investing it in something that brings about some big changes, because this can be the card of investment, and as a result of the situation maybe being around some form of investment, it might be your focus for the month will be on some form of a change. So indeed it might be something to do with, it could be something to do with property matters, because the situation around your thinking is about the Ace of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles is something long term. Again, it's the card of investment, it's the card of homes, properties, it's possibly looking at the concept of something that could bring long term gain. Mentally and emotionally you might feel a little bit up and down, but there could be, I feel, with the Two of Pentacles, mentally the focus is on taking a gamble, because this is quite positive. The focus around the present for the month of August is the Seven of Pentacles, and this is where you have built something here. This is what you've saved, perhaps, in which your focus as a result of that card will be on bringing in some big change. I feel that you guys are looking at here. And what's the reason for the Death card? Well, that's interesting, because of the Five of Wands. Now, the Five of Wands on the Witch's Tarot doesn't show people working together. And I always am careful, you know, you'll get a lot of people that say, well, you know, there's all these different decks of tarot, and surely they all mean the same thing. Well, they don't, because it's important, which is why I always use cards that show great imagery, to look at the pictures. What are the pictures saying to you? The Five of Wands on the Rider-Waite can show camaraderie, and it can show people that are working together. But the Five of Wands on the Witch's Tarot shows people who are in conflict with each other and they're not looking to work together. You can see that there are dragons on there. It looks like a picture of war, of conflict, of combat. So I feel that you're looking at changes. Your focus is on changes here because there's some form of combative situation. There's some form of conflict that you guys might be going on here, which is why now the situation will be around the Seven of Pentacles, and that Seven of Pentacles now turns to something that you've already invested in probably, but what you're doing is you're evaluating probably if it's worth continuing investing in this thing, and as a result of that the focus might be, well, yeah, I've invested in something here, but my focus is on death. Maybe I need to, if this is a card now that becomes about the evaluation process that one goes through with Seven of Pentacles, and that evaluation comes through any type of investment that you make, money, love, whatever it is, it might be the focus is, well, I've evaluated here, but my focus for the month is on changes because maybe this isn't working out with the Five of Wands, okay, which is why around your mental and emotional with the Ace of Pentacles you're looking to start something new. The focus for the month around the mental and emotional is the Ace of Pentacles, and that is to start to focus on new beginnings with the Ace of Pentacles, but the potential of these beginnings bringing some form of long-term gain to you, in which mentally and emotionally you'll be wanting to take a gamble because it just seems far more positive, because in the focus for the month there's something here I feel that's not working out for you guys, and what you want is a change to this. What are your hopes and desires, Sagittarius? Well, we have the Emperor, so the situation around the Emperor, or you're thinking around the Emperor, is it could be a person, because the Emperor card usually shows up as strong, authoritarian. They can be very domineering people. It can also be a father figure, but with emperors they tend to be pretty difficult people to navigate because they're very set in their ways. But the Emperor also as a card represents the need to start building a foundation, something that provides security. Also it represents the need to start putting something into order. So it might be that the situation is around that, around the mental and emotional Sagittarius, in which your hopes will be, yeah, the Wheel of Fortune. So what we're looking at for the hopes for the Wheel of Fortune, now everybody in terms of a hope with the Wheel of Fortune is always asking or hoping for something better. So you're hoping for something better here, but it's as a result of the situation being the Emperor. Now the Emperor can be with the situation that if you find yourself with an Emperor card to be, because Emperors are number 4s within the tarot, so they can represent blockages. They can represent blockages with people. They can represent blockages in society, because it's a card about convention and tradition, and there's no real leniency with the Emperor energy. What the Emperor says goes. So there might be a little bit of a blockage showing here, in fact, with the Emperor, because it's built on 4 walls and there's very little room for maneuver when you get an Emperor. So it might be as a result of this Emperor, what your hopes are for are change. And what's the reason for that? Because of the Queen of Cups. Okay, so the Queen of Cups talks about a deep emotional investment, but also that you are compassionate to a situation, that you're quite fluid in a situation. So the Queen of Cups would be the type of person who would see something from all sides, because she's an empath and she's a very sympathetic energy. So she's not somebody like the Queen of Swords that would take offence and would walk around with her hurt at the best of times, or would be, sometimes Queen of Swords can be a little bit vengeful. Not all the time. She's usually quite a fair, resourceful, intelligent woman, but emotionally wise, she is prone to getting hurt. The Queen of Cups does as well, but she's not in the reverse here, so she doesn't come across to me. You don't come across to be a drama queen or somebody who is in deep, or you don't come across as being needy or any of those things with the Queen of Cups. Any of the things that show up with her in the negative aspect being reversed. This is somebody who's got deep emotional insight into a situation. So it could be that the situation with the Emperor, it might be that there is an obstacle around you with the Emperor, but it also might be that there is a person. It might be that the hopes are for change, because it could be that there's an emotional investment going on within this situation. However, what are your expectations around this situation? Well, the focus is on the Five of Pentacles, and that is usually instability. It's either financial or emotional, but whatever that is, because you've got all of this snow on the card, and it represents where a life force has died, because in the winter time, all of the greenery, all of the trees, all the leaves fall off, they're bare, so there's a certain sense of emptiness that comes with this card. We have one lily here, which has the potential for something to spring up again. But I feel with the Five of Pentacles being the situation, there's an unstable force going on around your expectations. And let's have a look at what you're expecting as a result of that. Well, the Seven of Cups is your expectations. So the Seven of Cups is a result of this. It might be that you're expecting that you're going to have to make a choice. How I would read this, because the Seven of Cups is about making choices. The Seven of Cups represents temptation, choices, things being in disarray that need to be made order of. So it could either be that you're expecting that you're going to have to make a choice, or it might be that you're expecting that you're going to need to put something into order. But we're going to have a look at what the root energy is for you needing to maybe make a choice here. There we go, because of the Eight of Swords. And this is kind of confusion, mental confusion with the Eight of Swords. There's something here that doesn't sit right with you guys in the month of August 2017, and it's factoring through to the situation being emptiness and instability, whether that be financial or whether that be emotionally wise, within any situation in which I feel you're expecting you're going to have to make a choice. Because with the Eight of Swords, it's like, I can't take any more. The Eight of Swords represents limitations, especially in terms of words and communication, but also ideas and the way that we think. So it might be that there is a limiting situation here, which is why you have to make a choice, because the situation is something has become quite cold, quite unbearable, perhaps with that Five of Pentacles, and lacks any real foundation or stability, which is why in your hopes you are kind of hoping for a change here for the better, because I think that you're still emotionally invested in the situation, which is why the focus will be either a person or maybe with this Emperor card putting things into order. But I feel that, you know, your hope can be your hope, but the realistic expectation is where we see where your thoughts or your feelings actually lie, Sagittarius. And that is, there is a very unstable situation around some of you guys. You'll be expecting that you're going to need to make a choice, because this situation has become possibly unbearable, uncomfortable, and has a certain amount of limitations around it that you can't sort of break free from. What are the hidden factors showing up for the month of August 2017, Sagittarius? Well, the situation could be around some good news coming to you. And Page of Wands pretty much shows a message, and usually the message is one of joy. Okay, when you get Page of Wands and Page of Cups, they're good messengers that come to you. Page of Cups is a message about love, it's flirtation. When we look at it as a message, it's a, you know, sometimes it's a surprising message, but usually that's a really nice message that comes in time. Page of Wands is immediate sometimes as well. It looks like there's a message coming to you. The situation will be around some form of communication. It looks to be good with the Page of Wands, but as a result of that, what's manifesting as a result of the message? What is it you don't know coming in as a result of the message? Well, there we go. You've got the Page of Cups showing there. And the Page of Cups, what you don't know is that maybe as a result of this message, there's something that's being opened up here, because the Page of Cups means having to learn how to express oneself emotionally as well, because Page of Cups is quite young in the way that it would express emotion, which is why sometimes this card will come up and somebody say, oh, would you like to go to the cinema with me? Or there can be a little bit of awkwardness in terms of how you express yourself, but it's a young card, it's a young person, so it's young love, and it's learning how to kind of express and open up emotionally. So it might be as a result of a good message coming in that one is opening up, that what you don't know is that somebody's going to be expressing themselves to you, potentially emotionally, Sagittarius. And what's the reason for that? And that can be an offer. So it could be some good news is coming in. It might be what you don't know is there's a nice message, a nice offer coming in with the Page of Cups. And what's the reason for that message? There we go, because of the Lovers. Well, there's love. There's connection here, Sagittarius. It's because there's a deep connection with the Lovers card showing up here, and that's a really nice card. It can also be because with the Lovers card there's a negotiation, or there's an agreement as well, because we don't want to read everything as love, so you can take this whatever way you want to take it. Okay, but it, you know, from what I can see in the reading so far, Sagittarius, it just looks like your focus, you've evaluated a situation here around the present situation for the month. The situation is about evaluating what you've invested in here, in which your focus will be on big changes. So whatever it is that you're evaluating here, you're saying to yourself, well, I've put my time and effort into this thing here, but as a result of this and evaluating this, my attention for the month as a Sagittarian will be on changes, big changes, possibly the ending to this, because there's just too much conflict, there's too much aggression or difficulty or whatever the case might be. your hopes will be, well, the situation is around an emperor, and emperors represent a situation that is kind of rooted and stable and non-moving. It might be a person around you, but it also might be that there is the need with the situation or your crowning thoughts to put something into order, in which your hopes would be, well, if I put something into order, maybe with this person or the situation, then maybe I hope for great changes for the better, because I am still emotionally understanding and compassionate to the situation. I'm not, and you can see the Queen of Cups is facing this area, and she'd be a natural, you know, if this card was about relationship counselling and arguments with the Five of Wands, the Queen of Cups would be the counsellor to that. She would look at this situation and she'd say, come now, you know, let's sit down and talk about what's going on here. So your compassion, and I think that this is what's going on within you. I think that this is about trying to sort a situation out, because around the energies for the month, the root energies are that Five of Wands, and there's conflict and difficulty. This is on the Witch's Tarot. This is not about camaraderie, as it would be sometimes in the Rider-Waite. This is definitely a card that says that there's friction going on here. But around your hopes, the root issue is to sort this friction out, because you're facing it here. And also because with the Wheel of Fortune, you're hoping for a turn for the better, because you're still invested in maybe sorting out this situation. However, your expectations say something different, in a way that with the Five of Pentacles, that there is a situation that has become quite cold, quite distant, quite difficult. It doesn't seem to have the potential to flourish, because it seems to feel too distant, too empty, too unstable. And your expectations are, well, I'm probably going to need to make a choice on this, really, because this is a situation that I don't think can be resolved with the Eight of Swords, especially maybe in the way that you're thinking about it, or maybe in terms of communication energies. However, what you don't know is that there is a situation about a good message coming in. It could either be of an emotional offer or a good offer coming to you with that Page of Cups, or maybe somebody who's emotionally expressing themselves because they're in love. The lovers means to be invested in a situation. It means to love something. It means to two people who are together, who share a certain romantic ideal, or it means a partnership or a negotiation. The last few weeks of August, what do we see? Well, the situation will be about happiness, because you've got the Ten of Cups. This is emotional fulfillment when you get the Ten of Cups. Sometimes it can be saying goodbye, though, in the best possible way. Not always the best possible way, though. But the Ten of Cups is about being with people that you care about, family, friends, relationships, happiness. It represents something has ended sometimes in the best possible way. So this will show up when you get the contract, or it will show up when there is a sense of, you know, you can see the rainbow above the head, and there are actually two people on the card here as well with children. So it represents the potential to see things anew in a much brighter and happier way. But how is that manifesting as the next few weeks in August for you guys? There we go, the Page of Pentacles. So I think that the focus will be on looking at the potential of a situation now. All right, here we saw no potential, because here you were focusing on taking a gamble, because it seems with the Star card, it might be with the Ace of Pentacles here in the mental and emotional being the situation, that your focus was on planting a new seed and watching it grow and seeing if there could be any long-term gain in it, because mentally and emotionally as a result of this, your focus is on taking a gamble around this energy, because it might be that you see something as more positive. Here with this Seven of Pentacles, around the focus for them, what it is that you've been investing in with that Seven of Pentacles, in which your focus will be on creating some big changes, because there's a situation here that's quite distorted, combative, conflicting, and just quite difficult and quite tense. Your hopes, well, it's around the Emperor. It could be a person, yes, but you know, if this is a person, this is somebody who is very difficult to negotiate with a lot of the time. Emperors are, because they're set in their ways and what they say goes. But your focus is on the Emperor, in which you're hoping for a change. Possibly if you try and, I would say, possibly with this Queen of Cups, if you try and, what's the word, pacify, because she's a pacifist in the Tarot, if you try and pacify this area here, and this area here I would say probably relates to the Emperor energy here, the combative energy of the Five of Wands, relates to this stalwart, this obstacle, this person that's very difficult to get through to. You're hoping for changes here, because what you want to do, you're still emotionally invested, but also you're looking to maybe pacify a situation here. Around your expectations, though, the situation with the Five of Pentacles shows very little hope in a way with that Five of Pentacles, in which you're expecting, well, I'm going to have to make a choice here, because there's no leeway with the Eight of Swords, mentally or externally. You might feel trapped. You might feel trapped by somebody's words. You might feel trapped by the way that you've been feeling or thinking. However, what you don't know coming in is that there's a good message. Page of Wands, okay, will be the situation, a good message. And how does that manifest is what you don't know. This could be maybe this Emperor if it's a person opening up to you with the Page of Cups, but it could also be that there's an offer coming in, an offer of emotional value, because it could be maybe it's a partnership, maybe it's because this person's in love. I think that the message comes from, if this is a person, it comes from the Emperor, the Lovers card here. Further on down the line in August, we've got the situation being happiness, a sense of emotional fulfillment and completion, in which what's manifesting as a result of that is the Page of Pentacles, and that'll be the potential to see the potential, because it holds the Ace again. So the Ace is the pure potential, is the ability to see potential in this situation. And what's the reason for that? Because of the Tower. And I feel that with the Tower card, this really says that something has shifted. It was unexpected. And what's unexpected, just looking at the reading and where it was going, and that you guys thought that maybe you'd have to make a choice. You were expecting, you'd hope that great changes could come in if you were compassionate, or if you tried to pacify a situation here, between here and here and here. But you were expecting, well, no, probably not. I would hope it would be that, but probably really what's going to happen is I'm going to have to make a choice, because this situation can't be pacified with the Eight of Swords. It's too unstable here. However, I feel some of you guys will receive an unexpected message, something that comes in. And also the Page of Cups can show a surprise. It's a nice surprise. So the situation around the Page of Wands is good news coming in, okay, in which what you don't know coming in is a surprise that will be nice, and that's because of the Lovers, your relationship, in which the focus will be on the home, the house, the family, the relationship, happiness, in which it's manifesting as the Page of Pentacles. Okay, and it's really weird, because the Tower could have been read because of a breakup, but I can't see it here, because this is good energy. It's not a Page of Swords, which we would say disappointing news. It's good news with this area here, in which what will manifest over the next few weeks is the Page of Pentacles, taking things one step at a time. All right, possibly because with the Tower card, you have to rebuild something here. Towers also mean to rebuild, because once something is broken, it needs to be, and also we could say because of cleansing, because something's being cleansed, I feel, in the hidden factors here. What's the overall outcome for the month? Well, the Eight of Cups will be the focus, but, you got to be careful how you read this Eight of Cups, because even though we can say walking away, what we say with the Eight of Cups as well is it's about releasing something here. So the situation will be on releasing something here as a result of that. Well, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles is about building a secure environment for oneself. Again, she holds a pentacle, so she's looking at the pure potential of what she has here. And what's the reason for that? Because of the Four of Swords. And the Four of Swords represents the need to take time to contemplate, the need to take time to down sticks, down your armor, not to fight, to go through a time of peaceful resolution. And I feel that there is a peaceful resolution with this Page of Swords, which is why the focus will be, as the overall outcome, the Queen of Pentacles for you Sagittarians. And that is really kind of, when you get the Queen of Pentacles, she's all about the home and the hearth, but also using resources wisely, using her common sense. This is not an easy situation, I feel, for any of you guys, if it resonates with you, to navigate, because Pentacles literally represent things that can take a long time to actually come to fruition. And this is the Queen of Pentacles here, and she goes up from the page. So the page is looking at the potential. The Queen of the Pentacles knows the potential, but she needs to see what she can actually do with it. So this is all about saying, well, the focus is on, I feel, with this Eight of Cups, doing something different, leaving behind any kind of negative energy and focusing on one's intuition. You're being spiritually guided to do something here, and it's manifesting as the Queen of Pentacles, where you're looking at whatever this situation is, and looking at it in a very common sense way and being very pragmatic about it, because it might be with the Four of Swords that, you know, you say, I need a bit of time before I actually take action in this. The Four of Swords represents to let something be. It represents, it's a card that says don't jump into something so quickly. Take time to contemplate the matter before you take action. So I feel that the ball is in some of your courts for the month of August 2017, because I think that this message that's coming in isn't from you to whatever the situation is. I feel it's from the situation or the person to you, because I think that you've already made up your mind here on something, especially here around the mental and emotional. And here around the mental and emotional, the situation or your focus is on the Ace of Pentacles, laying some new seeds, watching them grow. It's on long-term gain in a situation. All right, doing something new, because aces represent new concepts, new beginnings, in which mentally and emotionally you're focusing on taking a gamble, because if you take a gamble it could lead to something better with the star energy. All right, in which, because your expectations here are that something is unstable and you're going to need to make that choice. You're expecting you're going to have to make a choice because something's not working with the Eight of Swords, and I think those two areas factor in very, very well together. And also here, as a result of this area here, new potential, focusing on taking a gamble because it could lead to something better with the star. The focus for the month, evaluating what you've invested in here. Rolling over for the month too, the focus will be on changes, death, possibly ending something, because there's too much conflict going on here, too much confusion with the Five of Wands. But in your hopes, while the focus is on the Emperor, if it's a relationship, it's building the strong team with the person, building a strong foundation. It could be on a person, an Emperor. This person would very well resonate with this card here because they're very difficult to get through to, Emperors are. But it could also be on creating some order. As a result of that, your hopes will be to create some form of a change here, because I feel that you're emotionally invested, and also you're looking to pacify a situation here, here and here. But what you're expecting is, well, this situation is just so unstable, and therefore it might be as a result of that, your expectations are, I'm going to simply need to make a choice. I mean, I would love it to work out here. This is probably what some of you guys are going to say to yourself. I'd love it to work out here because I'm willing to try. And the Queen of Cups is a trier. I'm willing to try in this situation. I'm willing to talk through the situation, which is what the Queen of Cups energy is about. It's about expressing oneself emotionally and saying, look, this is how I feel, because it's all about how you feel. It's about showing compassion and trying to look at a situation from somebody else's perspective, not just your own. She's not a selfish individual. But realistically, you guys are kind of like, well, you know what, I'd love to do this, but realistically this situation's far too unstable. Therefore I'm going to need to make a choice, because I don't know anything else that we could do about this. There's just too many limitations and the situation's too confusing. But suddenly I feel the hidden factors show something good, a good message. It's about a good message coming in which what you don't see coming in is possibly a surprise with the Page of Cups. It's a good surprise because of the Lovers. Maybe somebody's still invested in this situation. Maybe you feel they're not invested enough, but they show you that they are. The immediate future shows, well, the situation will be about happiness. The most emotional fulfillment, in which what's manifesting overall in the immediate future, in the next few weeks of August, is that looking at the pure potential, you know, being a little bit cautious with the page, yes, but also just saying, okay, let's just build this thing up slowly but surely, because you know what, we're still probably with the Tower card on rocky ground, and we need to kind of build this thing up again and really get whatever it is, whatever the cancer is in the situation, we need to cut it out completely. And therefore the overall outcome, the situation will be about Eight of Cups. And the Eight of Cups, I feel, will be about taking a new path. Okay, leaving behind whatever the inconsistencies and instabilities were around this situation, showing in the Tower card here, here in the Eight of Swords, here in the Five of Wands. And saying, as a result of that, the overall outcome is the Queen of Pentacles. And that is really, again, being cautious, looking at the experience and saying, okay, what can we build from that? And that's because of the Four of Swords. I think that some of you guys are still in some form of contemplative mode here. All right, Queen of Pentacles is lovely because it shows security. But I don't think that just judging from all of this and going through this sort of journey of inconsistencies within a situation that you're just ready to say, yep, had a lovely message in, and you know, we're going to work on this thing, whatever this is, work, love, whatever it is for you. And yeah, I feel stable now. I don't think that's the way it is, because this is a very, very intelligent lady, and she always uses her common sense and pragmatism to decipher a situation. And that's because of the Four of Swords, not willing to act just as yet. Let's just see how things go with the Four of Swords, really is what it boils down to. And because I think you're still in contemplative mode. I think there's something here in the month of August that you want to work out, but there's been a lot of bad blood, or there's been a lot of difficulty that some of you guys have been, you know, experienced. And I feel that it starts to work out when you least expect it, but suddenly you're kind of a little bit on your guard, because we're looking at the cautious cards of the Page of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. Both cards can represent somebody who's cautious. All of the court cards, Page, Knight, Queen, King, they'll all show somebody that's a little bit cautious around the situation here. So I think that there is some cautiousness going on with you guys here, but it's because also of the Tower, all right? Because you're still on unsteady ground with an individual here, and there is the need in the overall outcome with the Queen of Pentacles to look at, really, does this situation hold great potential moving forward? Because with the Four of Swords, I'm not willing to act on something here. I'm not willing. Could be because you guys took a break, if it's love. It could be because with the Four of Swords, you know, I need time to kind of just not jump straight in with this thing, and I need time to just hold back a little bit and think about what the overall outcome's going to be going forward. Okay, that's your reading, Saggies, for the month of August 2017. I would like to say thanks ever so much for joining me on Carol's Universe. Remember to check out your 3 to 9 month love reading, mainly for singles or people who are in relationships, not happy, looking for love. See if it will come in for you, because I did, as I've said, a reading on myself, and it came to fruition 9 months later. It's on that particular video, so check that out. And I'll also be back with your triple cross reading for the month of August as well. Thanks for your time, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.